Are you itching to get into your garden so that you can have fresh things like greens and fresh veggies in your house again? Well, I've been ready, but thankfully we found something that can extend our growing season all through the year, and that is sprouts. I want to tell you about our favorite sprouting trays, what we have found works the best for our family, and we're going to get started on growing some. So let's get started. Welcome to Ridgehaven Homestead. From the mountains of Upper East Tennessee, we share snippets of our off-grid life, cabin build, and garden blessings. Pour yourself a cup of tea, sit back, and take a peek into our off-grid home and family. Our favorite method of growing sprouts has turned out to be the Handy Pantry Sprouting Tray system. And so we happened to get a whole kit for Christmas because we have a kit, but we've kind of been maxing it out. And my husband and I really like sprouts. We can't always agree on which ones we like best. He likes the hot ones, I like the mild ones. And so we thought, well, let's double it, because when we make sprouts, we can go through them in about 2 days if we're not holding back. So it takes about 5 days to grow, and then we eat them up. So we needed to have more. Now, the Handy Pantry sprouting system consists of four like pillar things, and all I've done is rinse these off because I just pulled them out of our pantry. So these are the trays that the sprout trays actually sit on. There are 4 of those, and then there are a set of 3 trays. And this is what comes in every Handy Pantry sprouting kit. And so this is the idea, so that you can stack them up and have a nice compact tower and have it covered so that it keeps dust and everything out of it. And so you can go up and up and up if you want. This also comes in stainless steel, and we haven't tried that yet. It will be great. And one other reason to upgrade is because we've had this one for at least 10 years, and some of our trays have gotten a little bit boogered up over the years. They still work just fine, but aesthetically they're not as pleasing, but we're still using them. Okay, I'll tell you about our favorite sprouts in a minute, but let's go ahead and unbox this other tray, and really it's going to be pretty much the same as what you see here. When you get your Handy Pantry sprouting kit, it comes all compact in the box, and I am excited to get another set. Okay, True Leaf Market is what sprouting company that they use to kind of supply the sprouting kit, and it comes with this cute little sprouting guide, which is pretty nice. It's slick paper, and it has lots of different kinds of sprouts that you can explore. And this is a great book. In fact, we have a book that goes into more about sprouting, but I feel like this one is just a great beginner's guide. However, if you want to go more into the nuts and bolts of sprouting, and you just want a lot of nutrition facts and recipes and lots of methods for all kinds of sprouting methods, including like your bag, your big tower that automatically sprays it, this is a really good book, The Complete Guide to Sprouting by Steve Merowitz. And he has his own sprouting system too, which we have tried. We still like this one better, but this is a great book, and I can put a link in the description. We got this one many years ago. But again, this one that comes with it, I honestly don't remember this one coming with our first kit. I think this might be an update with the newer kits, and it doesn't say when it was published. So this is really cute. I really appreciate this. And it has a sprouting journal in the back where you can put when you started it, how it did, any notes, because sprouting, just like gardening, is not an exact science. You have to do a little trial and error, and the time of year that you sprout is going to make a difference as well. Amount of sunlight, ambient temperature in the room, all these things are going to affect your sprouting. Okay, the trays, as you can see, are just the same as the ones that I already had, and so it's good to do a quick rinse off or wash with soapy water. And then here is your sprouting guide. This is like the easiest method of sprouting, and it tells you exactly how much each seed to get the results that you want. Also come Also, what comes in this kit are 3 bags of different flavors of sprouts. And so these are the more popular kinds. And let me see what we have here. We have alfalfa. This is one of my favorites. And this looks like a mix. This is a 3-part salad mix, or a 5-part salad mix. I cannot read. This is a 5-part salad mix, and so I'm not exactly sure what's in this one. It looks like we have alfalfa, possibly some red clover, mung bean, and probably some type of broccoli or radish. And then this is your big beans. There are some mung beans in here, but there's also some of your bigger beans. This is a protein powerhouse, organic. This is something that it looks like there's even some garbanzos in this one. These take a lot longer to sprout. They are delicious. Your big beans a lot of times require a light steaming before you eat them so that it improves your digestion. I really like mung bean sprouts, but we're not doing mung bean sprouts today. There are so many things if you get into sprouting that you can explore. My husband really is the one who's gotten the most into sprouting. He's really done a lot of research on it. So today we are going to do a basic sprouting method, and we are going to be using some red clover. Red clover is my all-time favorite of sprouts. It's so delicious. It's a mild flavored sprout and it grows pretty quickly. It's very similar to alfalfa, and pretty much if you've had sprouts on your sandwiches in a restaurant, you've probably had alfalfa sprouts. But the red clover are a little bit more nutritious for you, and I just think they're delicious. We are also going to be making broccoli seeds into sprouts, and this is one of my husband's favorites. They are very nutritional, very nutritious, and they're also very strong. The other seeds we are going to sprout are there. We have a 3-part mix. Now we get our seeds from various different places. We get our seeds from True Life Market, and we also get them from Johnny's. The broccoli seeds are from Johnny's. I think we're going to do some radishes. Now radishes are very hot. I don't like radish sprouts. I don't even like radishes that much because they're usually just too hot for me. But they make a beautiful sprout, and my husband likes them on his salad. So we're going to make him happy today. Now we've got our game plan. Let's get started. It's always the best idea to wash your new sprout trays, so that's what I'm doing here, and now we're ready to go. So this video is going to take place over about 5 to 7 days while I get all of the sprouts going. So what we want to do is, the first thing, we are going to consult our Handy Sprouting Guide, which is right here, to find out exactly how much of each one we need. Let's start with a little bit of each. We are going to do red clover, and to do red clover we need 1.5 tablespoons, and we're going to soak them 8 to 12 hours, and they take 5 to 6 days. So seed to sprout, it's 1 to 7 days. Okay, so I'm going to take 1.5 tablespoons. I'm just going to sprinkle it in my sprouting tray here. 1.5. You don't want to put more than you should, because then the seeds can be wasted if they don't all get enough light and everything. So basically you just want to have a nice row. What you're really wanting to do is cover the bottom of your tray, and then you're going to want to cover it with water, and you want to soak these for overnight, 8 to 12 hours. You don't need a lot of water. Your sprouting trays have very fine holes in the bottom. So when you put your seeds in them, you can actually put them on here, and the trays will hold a little bit of water. So you can fill your trays, you can let them soak like this, and then you can pick them up and you can strain them. Or you can soak your seeds in a jar if you want. I just find that it's just as easy to do it right here And you'll have to kind of play around to find the right mixture, the right ratio of water so that your tray doesn't overflow. But I like to keep mine kind of on my sink. And you want to have your seeds in the water so they don't dehydrate. Once you have your first row with your water, you're going to stack up your system here, and then we're going to do the next one. The next one we are going to do is broccoli. And so for broccoli, we need 2 tablespoons. We're going to soak for 6 to 8 hours, and they take 4 to 6 days to harvest. Okay, 2 tablespoons of broccoli seeds. The broccoli seeds are a little bit bigger. All right, okay, our last tray that we are going to do for today is going to be the radish. Now, the radish is from the True Leaf Market. And for radish seeds, you want 1.5 tablespoons, soak 8 to 12 hours. And since it seems like the radish seeds are a little bit bigger, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of red clover seeds to this, because why not? That way it sort of fills in the gaps, and that just makes it more fun. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of my red clover seeds in there, and then they will just grow in, and there will be a nice little salad already mixed in there. You want to make sure this is kind of straight, because if they're not straight, then they may not stay in the water too well. Okay, let's cover it up. I'm going to put these over here to dry, and when these start growing 3 days in, I'm going to start the next batch, and then we should be able to maintain this and keep sprouts growing all the time so that we never run out. That's my plan. I'll check back with you in the morning after we have soaked these. It's always nice to know that your microphone wasn't working when you filmed a video, but several days later, here I am finding it out. So let's just roll through what we're doing. It's the morning after the seeds have been soaked, and so let's just take a look at how they are doing. Here we have our mix of radishes and red clover, and they still had a decent amount of water in them in the bottom of the tray, and so that is what you want. You want them to soak it up, but then not go dry. The broccoli seeds seemed like they soaked up more of the water, or one of the trays had a little bit of a leak. I'm not sure which, so we're going to keep an eye on those broccoli seeds. The red clover still had a substantial amount of water in the bottom of the tray. So what I'm doing here is I'm just giving them a good rinse over, and I don't think it's going to be a problem, and we'll just watch over time as they grow. We did give it time and kept an eye on the broccoli seeds, and they did start to germinate, so it did not turn out to be a problem. Now here I am talking and rinsing at the same time, and from here on out it's twice a day, morning and evening. Rinse, drain, and repeat. If it makes you feel better, you can use a spoon or your fingers or something to kind of flatten the seeds out so that they're at a nice level in the trays, but you don't have to. They will kind of push each other around as they get germinating, but I do kind of like to flatten them myself. If you examine your trays and the little things that they nest on, there are little risers so that the seeds trays are not sitting directly on the bottom of the riser, if that makes sense. There's a little lift up so that the water can be under it and the seeds can be up out of the water. And then there are little holes around the tray so that the water can drain out, but the seeds should not come out. Once you've rinsed and drained them, just stack them up, put the little cover on, and come back in the evening. This is the second day at the evening. We are on day like 5.5 to 6, and I want to show you what the sprouts look like. I think it took an extra day, but that's okay. They've grown as much as they need to, but we can let them grow a little bit more if we want to. These particular ones have gotten pretty big. I just rinsed them off, and the last step that we need to do to make these into actually sprouts that we want to eat and not just pale and kind of lifeless sprouts, we need to stick them in the window for not that long, less than an hour. The chlorophyll will have been gathered from the sun, but I want you to see the transformation. I'm going to go set them in a sunny window and then we'll check back. It's a nice sunny day outside, and I'm just going to set them on this table and on the windowsill. You could stick them outside if you want to and just let them stay until they're as green as you want them to be. This is the before shot, what they look like, and it is almost 2 o'clock, and so we're gonna check and see what they look like in a little while. Welcome back. We are at the end of our week. I documented day by day what the sprouts look like. We did put them in the sun on a sunny day, and they did green up some. On different times and with different sprouts, they will green up differently. These are the red clover, and so we have this other mix as well. They're getting pretty tall. We have them up to the level or slightly above the edge of our sprout maker, and we could let them grow a little bit bigger, but once they start getting their true leaves, then they start getting a little bit more tough and hard to chew, so I like to keep them kind of shorter. Now you can eat these anywhere from day 5 on. These I let grow to actually almost till day 7. So we are on day 7 now, and I just wanted to see how they would do. So just keep rinsing twice a day, drain them well. You don't want to let them sit in water because mildew and mold can build up. But other than that, it's super easy to use the Handy Pantry Sprouter. And now all I'm going to do is I am going to put these in a bag. They come out pretty easily generally. If you let them go too long, their roots can get in the little holes, but we don't mind if we put them all in the same bag because we just kind of choose them out. So they come out and they leave your sprouter pretty clean. You just want to take a scrub brush and clean it out. But as you can see, the root mass is nice and tangled, and then you have your sprouts in your bag. So really easy to do. I hope you can grow some sprouts, and I would love to know which ones are your favorites. Again, my favorites are the red clover, and the alfalfa is probably almost up with the red clover. And then a different sprouting system, sometimes we make sunflower seed sprouts, and those are really good too. So enjoy your sprouts. Let me know if you make some, and until next time, stay well, stay safe, and may God bless you. Definitely let me know if you end up making some sprouts and what you think. I feel like they are such living green food that they are so different from the ones that you get in the grocery store that have been sitting there for a while. Just look at that greenness. Anyway, enjoy your sprouts. Have a great day.